Hello there folks, RJB here from RJB TV, but yet another Battle Royale, an epic one between Rabbit on the name Choi against 458. We've had 3 games so far. The score is 2 wins for 458, 1 win for Rabbit. Rabbit couldn't quite beat 458 on the Zerk against Protoss, but he managed to do it on the Terran. And now we have them yet again facing off here in a clash on the fastest map. And yeah, they're right next to each other. Choi here, Rabbit, on the 12 o'clock spawn location as the Red Terran, and his opponent 458 right next to him. It's 458 here on the Protoss. That introduction didn't go as smooth as I was hoping it would go, but hey, we got there. We are here. Protoss against Terran, 458 against Rabbit. Rabbit, if you've watched the previous video, I'm sure you've noticed that he is a crafty guy. He's creative and he's smart with his building placements, his unit placements, pretty much everything. He's pretty smart with pretty much everything he does. He really relies on the smart gameplay, like even this move here with the depot there in the front. That's a very classic and very Rabbit thing to do. Every move he makes, every building he places, he's always trying to outsmart the opponent. And he's gonna build a very early game depot wall right there in the front to make sure that 458 is not gonna get any of them sneaky zealots into his base. Now, of course, he's going for a Nexus first and a Forge second, meaning he's going to choke there in the front, that no zealots will be coming across the map to walk through that choke. So even though Rabbit tried to play it very smart, in this case, it doesn't really benefit him much. It doesn't benefit him much at all. But at least, he didn't lose anything here, because he's going for an early game attack, because he went for an 8 barracks and another barracks at 10 supply, and he's going to go and try to deny that choke here from 458, and both players are pulling their workers. It's a worker fight, one worker union against the other. Which one of the two is going to win this fight? And it looks like the fight has already been decided. As Rabbit wins the fight. Cannon on the way, they're in the back, more probes being pulled. It's Marines and SCVS against probes, and cannons warping in. No zealots on the scene. 458 is in a lot of trouble. Although Rabbit there pulls back slightly, he's going to try to focus on the probes instead. Might get a cannon, cancels the cannon. That's a really good one. If he pulls those Marines from the front to the back, he might actually win the fight entirely. Those Marines there being in the choke gave 458 just enough time to get a cannon warping in the back again, and have a zealot almost finished up as well. So I think 458 might be able to hold this one. But Rabbit did do quite some damage, but lost 5 SCVs in the process himself, maybe even 6 of them. So actually, after this exchange, I am not too sure who won out here. I'm not too sure who got out on top. I mean, Rabbit has more fighting power inside of 458's base than 458 does himself, and more Marines are on the way. Probes and Zealots are going to try to get us around on the Marines, and Rabbit there makes a small little mistake. Wasn't paying attention at the exact moment the surround happened, but makes his way out of there. And those probes are not mining. But that cannon there finishes up, and a cannon is going to protect this entire bottom section. Maybe the Nexus is attackable, but Rabbit isn't going to try. Like, there's a small little bit of space right here you can put your Marines and attack the Nexus with, but then the Marines would be kind of easy to surround with the Zealots without anywhere to micro to, so he doesn't try to. The gateway there, though, is attackable, and so is the Forge and the Cyber Core, so those are going to go down. 458 might have to pull some of his probes again, or maybe just attack with the Zealots and buy some time. No, that gateway is definitely going to go down. And now Rabbit is doing something very smart. Back at home here, he's going for double a command center. He's not going all in because he didn't have gas yet. He needs gas to go all in with his siege tank push. So he's going to go for a triple command center in total and focus on building up his economy while 458 is struggling to rebuild his base. Although 458 is getting a Citadel of Adun, but there's no gateways. There's no gateways at the moment. There's one warping in, but he's gonna lose the Cybercore and the Forge. 458 is hurting a lot. His entire plan is getting disrupted, thrown out of the window. He's gonna have to improvise something. And now 458 is pretty good at improvising, but when you gotta improvise against someone who plays as smart as Rabbit, the improvisation might not do the trick in recovering and winning the game. So at the moment, Rabbit is in a great position. He's behind on the workers though. So 458 has the ability to... Oh, that's a great pull. That's a great probe pull there. Oh, that's painful for 458. Rabbit are killing a lot of probes and a lot of mining time being lost there for 458. He lost 5 probes, 6, 7 probes in that fight. He was almost... When he pulled his probes, it was on 29. But 2 more spawned, and he had lost the probe count had gone down by 5. So 31 to 24. 7 probes lost. So Rabbit there gets in and does a little bit more damage than even Rabbit would have dreamt of. He's equalized the worker count, and the double command center is finished up. So yes, Rabbit is in a prime gaming seat to pull ahead and make 458 pay yet again. Because look at this, he's got more Marines arriving on the scene to kill the gateway on the top. We have a Templars Archive warping in right there, protected by cannons. More cannons are on the way to protect the Nexus itself. He's gonna try to maybe kill a couple more things here on the top corner, but nope, the cannon finishes just on time, forced to retreat. He might be able to get those gateways there. We got Dark Templars on the way. We have no turret in the front, no engineering bay. We got double scanner on the way though, and engineering bay is under construction. So I don't think that our Templars are really going to do too much harm to our rabbity friend here, who is literally just abusing 458 at this point. He's punching him in the face, in the gut, in the belly. He's just punching him wherever he can, and he's making him bleed. He's making him pay. Rabbit here is pulling off a great game. Turret there on the way though, but a little bit... The turret... Oh, he gets the SCV, and one Dark Templar makes it out alive. But the SCV gets taken down, so no turret on the scene, which might mean that 458 will have another round of Dark Templars ready to go, ready to fight. He has another scan there though, baits the Dark Templar into a trap, surrounds it, kills it. Yeah, this is a great game. I am already hella excited to see how the hell and where the hell this game is gonna go. How the hell is 458 gonna claw his way out of this nasty, dirty situation? And how is Rabbit gonna try to stay ahead of the curve, stay ahead in the race? How is he gonna do this? We have 4 barracks there back at home, double factory as well, and 35 SCVs at the moment running and operational. Gateways are being thrown up all over the place, no robos. 458 is forced to go largely and kind of only into gateway units. Catches submarines are in the front. There's a turret there in the front as well in the choke, so cannot get into the base. Turret's being built there on the right side, nothing yet on the left side, but there's nothing to worry about because there are no robos, no shuttles on the map. And I think Rabbit might be aware of the fact that there are no robos on the map, but he still has to start building those turrets, because there still is this small little chance, the chance exists that somehow 458 managed to get a robo and a reaver out onto the map in the game. And if a reaver drop were to hit right here, right now, 458 would have a realistic chance to make a really good comeback and maybe even win before 15 minutes. Rabbit is not the kind of person to take these risks. Even though we know that there's no robo, he's not taking the risk. Because he doesn't know what we know. If only he knew what we knew, because then he would have gone for something different. Starport there finished up. Control tower on the way, getting level 1 attack there for Marines, level 1 attack there for the tanks, so 1 armory on the scene. Building more turrets there on the sides. Yeah, 458 is in some trouble. His supply is down on Rabbit. He's on 48 probes. Does not have triple nexus, unlike Rabbit, who has triple command center, so his worker count is going to keep on growing. His supply count is going to keep on being higher than 458 for a little while longer. Because 458 is going to catch up in supply, because he has, that's 8, he's got 12 gateways in his base. And Rabbit has 4 barracks, 2 factories, so the production there definitely in favor of 458 at the moment. Marines are being placed on the map to see shuttles flying in over the left side. Rabbit literally and really is not leaving anything up to chance whatsoever. He's building some bunkers there as well. Let's very quickly look at the sound settings, because the music is kind of loud in my ear, but it might not be loud to you, but it's kind of loud to me. It's a little bit loud to me in my ears. The game music, that is. So the Dark Templar is taking away the division I mentioned earlier. We're getting more factories that are inside of Rabbit's base. 4 of 8 is clearing out some space in the back, so he can build a somewhat pretty base, because his base at the moment is not looking pretty. It's functional, but it's not pretty. He's literally just trying to make the best of the space and the room he was given and allowed to build in. The room he was allowed to breathe in. A lot of cannons and pilots coming down there. You might have to build a proxy Stargate base or gateway base somewhere, because now we are having tanks on the hill. Much like last game, got tanks on the hills, but this time around those tanks on the hills are just going to deny 458 building space on the left side of his base. They're not going to be able to push towards the probes. So in that sense, 458 is not as abusable and as exposed as in the previous game, where Rabbit abused the hill position to push onto the probes. We have a lot of bunkers there on the side. We have bunker actually built against the hillside, that if something unloads on top of the hill to kill the tanks, then the Marines inside the bunker, if there are any Marines inside, no, they would be able to protect the tank on the high ground. So a row of, yeah, this definitely is Rabbit. This really confirms it for me. Rabbit is the only person to build a row of factories like this. Literally the only person. Of course, they're in the air, taking away the engineering bay vision, got dropped there flying over the bottom right. And he wanted to go for a tank drop onto the probes, but finds there's literally no way in. There's cannons against the bottom side, cannons on the nexus, cannons everywhere. And 4 of 8 is finally building his very first drop. 12 minutes into the game. That's a lot of shuttles there. That's a lot of shuttles. So it will be a very big and massive drop. I'm going to try to take care of the tank on high ground first. Got 4 starports there on the bottom of Rabbit's base for dropships and Valkyries, I assume. Not really sure which direction he wants to go with the starports, but at least he has them. 4 bunkers there on the main command center. He's literally preparing himself for every single thing, because Rabbit knows he is economically richer than 458. He's in a very good position to win the game, but 458 there has rode this rodeo many times before, and he knows what to do against Rabbit here. He knows what to do against Rabbit. These two players got like 1,000 games of 1v1 against each other, and they know each other inside and out. They're basically the perfect lovers at this point. They know what the other wants, they know their needs, and they know how to communicate, and they know how to deal with every single little thing of their partner. In this case, their opponent. They know every single little thing. So 4 of 8 there made his very first attempt at trying to do a little bit of damage, and that little bit of damage wound up being exactly that, just a little bit of damage. Nothing for Rabbit to worry about. Absolutely nothing to worry about. Rabbit there scouts the map on the bottom side, sees that there's no proxy bases on the bottom 3 bases. So he's a little bit safe in that regard. He's building more factories at the moment. He needs a couple more of them. He's going to probably lift up his barracks as well. Although he did go for double engineering bay, and he's actually building more barracks. He's going to really rely on Marine tank production. He's not just going to go for the tanks and the Goliaths and the Vultures, and the drop there comes in over the right side, arrives on destination. The Templars are out, but the Templars can't storm, the Templars can't kill. Tanks on the scene, taking them down. And cannons being built on the middle. 458 has been given enough room to breathe by Rabbit to recover most of his base, his economy, and get most of the technology that he needs, and to also set up photon cannons on the middle to slow down Rabbit's eventual push from around the corner. Drop comes in over the top side, Reavers unloading. There's a lot of Reavers, very strong Reavers. What can he take down? We have a nuke there on the way, nuke silo. We might see a nuke. Reavers get taken down pretty easily, pretty quickly. Couldn't really take down that much. And that's more so because Rabbit is just overly prepared We're already 14.5 minutes in. It's not that 4-8 is playing this poorly, he's doing exactly what he has to do. He has to try and kill Rabbit's economy. But Rabbit is over-prepared for pretty much every single option 4-8 can throw at Rabbit's direction. He's over-prepared. He's gonna try and drop from the left side. The right side has not been working, so the left side might be the correct answer, the correct option, the correct pathway to victory. And I gotta say, the left side looks a little bit less well defended than the right side, so the left side might just do the trick, comes in over the factories, over the bottom left, goes straight for the SCVs, and yes, Rabbit is not paying attention as well as he should be, and the SCVs do run away. Templars are on the scene, and does he have Storm? Yes, he got Storm. And the SCVs split up into 2 separate directions, and he doesn't really kill that many. He killed about 6 or 7, maybe even 8. Although there's 2 High Templars still alive there, but they don't have the energy to storm anymore. He's kind of just ignoring them. And he's just gonna keep on ignoring them. They might just stay there until they have energy for storms yet again. Dropper comes in over the left, middle, right. But Valkyries were in between, stopping the advance, although they do clear out the tanks at the high ground and some tanks on the hillside. And yet the Templars are still alive right here. He completely forgot about those 2 Templars. And it has Storm, but just how Rabbit forgot about the Templars, 4-5-8 never expected them to still be alive. So 4-8 missed a chance to Storm, but neither Rabbit nor 4-8 were expecting those Templars to still be alive. Oh, the Valkyries moved away from the drop position, so now he can go right in and start hitting the storms, and he does! Rabbit really was not expecting that one. 4-5-8 really needed that drop specifically to hit Rabbit right in the face, and oh boy, it hit him right in the face. From 70 SCVs down to 22, disaster strikes for Rabbit. He scans the map, he scanned the middle, sees the proxy gateway, so now he can prepare for that, but first he has to recover and repair his economy, because his economy is in pretty bad shape. And by pretty bad shape, I mean it's in terrible shape, worse than it's ever been before in this game. There's a lot of Valkyries though, and a lot of tanks and units, which means, oh, he's making a pretty daring move into the middle. He's going to try to stop the proxy base from happening, but there's like Templars in the middle, so Rabbit here making a big mistake. He's going to lose those tanks, plus the Dragoons are going to fight back. Those tanks are wasted. The one thing Rabbit has got going for him, as I said before, he has a small little bit of an army. He's got Valkyries as anti-drop, so he can prepare, he can defend himself. Even though his economy is bad, he can defend himself pretty easily. He's ready to take on the fight. So he pulls some of his SCVs from the gas, put them onto the minerals to help him recover his minerals a little bit quicker. Corsair's gonna try to push in. Drop there. Ooh. Oh, he tries? He really wants to take down the tank on the high ground. Because those tanks on the high ground are so damn annoying, he really has to take care of them. Because he needs this left side space in his base to remain under his own control. It might also be time for 4-8 to start building a carrier proxy base somewhere on the map, or just another proxy base, to give him another option to attack, but at the moment he's mostly focusing on attacking all the time, never-ending assault of units coming down to attack and kill those SCVs. It's a never-ending battle. He's always trying to slow Rabbit down to take the wind out of his sails. And the Archon there on the left side doing quite some work, took down 3 turrets. And he's going to try to take down whatever he can, but he gets pulled into a very unfortunate fight there in the choke point. He's got a couple of tanks, 7 tanks on the high ground, a couple of tanks behind, another drop on the top side, but this time the Valkyries do arrive on time, but the Zealots unloaded really quick. There's a lot of Zealots on the scene, that means the turrets are going to get taken down. Bunkers are going to get taken down as well. There's not a lot in the back to defend, most of it is here in the front. The Rabbit is having a more difficult time than I thought he would after that amazing start to the game. 4-5-8 is somehow managed. 4-8 has somehow managed to get himself back in what looks to be a leading position over Rabbit. Now Rabbit are going to put some tanks on that corner spot there. on that corner hillside to prevent units from leaving the base. So he's going to try to keep 4 of 8 trapped in his own base. Zealots are going straight for the turrets, going to try to at least kill some of the stuff that's inside of Rabbit's base, open up a hole, because we have a hole right here on the bottom left for shells to fly in from, without much opposition, compared to the right side where we have a lot more real estate, a lot more units to defend against the shuttle drops. And he keeps on sending small little attacks in the front that are over time going to kill those tanks on the high ground very slowly. Because do keep in mind, they miss 50% of their shots onto those tanks on the high ground. It's going to be a slow process of taking those tanks down with Dragoons attacking over the front. Now let's look at the upgrades there for 458. He's on 222 for his ground, and for air he is currently on 121. And a scan coming out there from Rabbit on the... right here. Right there. He wants to see... I think I know what Rabbit is scheming to do. He wants to push from this section towards this section and maybe get to those probes, but drop they're coming in from 458. Going to try to unload behind the hill and on top of the hill to clear out a pathway to get those damned tanks away from the corner to allow them to walk freely through this pathway. The 10 gateways on the middle are somewhat helping him out. Now Rabbit's tanks are being put up on the high ground there on the bottom side. 458 going to try to dislodge the control Rabbit is getting here. He's got Templars rolling in to get the storm down onto those tanks. This tank stays alive, it goes down to the cannon. Rabbit's economy is recovered now back to 72 against 72 pro, so 72 for both players. And the Marines are now on 2-3, tanks are on 2-3 as well, and the Valkyries are on 1-2. Yeah, Rabbit is playing this really, really well. And 458 is trying all sorts of things, but nothing is really working out for him. Let's first take down the tank on the high ground with those Dragoons. And he's making some small progress deeper into Rabbit's base now. He's finally made it through the choke with some units, but the tanks behind the choke are sieging up, ready to defend, and more tanks at the high ground to stop the advancement. This is one of those games where everything is just so damn difficult to do for the Protoss. Like, we all think Protoss is overpowered, but sometimes these very high-level Terran players, they can make Protoss have to fight an uphill battle. Even though you think it's impossible for a Protoss to fight from behind, because usually it never even happens. Right here, we're looking at Rabbit, having 458 in a very difficult position. But Rabbit is unable to move out because 458 is just playing such a damn good game, keeping the pressure up on Rabbit non-stop. 458 is just simply a faster player than Rabbit. Ooh, gets 22 SCV kills, more than I thought he would. But that might actually end up helping a Rabbit, considering he's got 7,400 minerals at the moment. And losing a couple of those SCVs might just have opened up supply space for him. Although he's already trying to replace that lost SCV count. So he's not gonna go for a bigger army gamble. Finally taking down those tanks, cannons are on the corner. Units from the front to distract. Shuttles there to put units on the high ground yet again to kill those tanks. Very, very difficult to game. There are so many things 458 has to go through and has to do to break open Rabbit's defenses. And Rabbit so far is playing rock solid defense. He hasn't gone into attack yet. He's just purely playing rock solid defense to stay alive, simply because 458 is a faster player. Rabbit is a little bit slower. He has to kind of keep up with the faster player. That's one of the only true downsides of being a slower player than your opponent. It doesn't always make a difference, but sometimes you just cannot do as many things at the same time as the other one can. The 458 playing at 350, 340 APM, it's difficult to keep up with what the guy is doing. It's difficult to keep up with him. But, as a bonus for Rabbit, 458 is not building any structures at all. He's just non-stop attacking. 458 is in the zone of making shuttles, making gateway units, and sending shuttles in to try and hurt Rabbit's economy to an irreparable, irrecoverable state. Big frontal attack. Shuttles coming in. Couple tanks on the high ground. Big command center in the front to block those units down. Drop there coming over the front side. Nothing intercepting. Shuttles are unloading. Templars have dropped in the front. So he storms on the tanks instead of on the SCVs. He would have rather stormed on the SCVs, but if the Templar unloads you in the front by accident, well, you gotta make the best of it, and the best of it made it. Killed a couple of tanks and weakened up the rest. I've got a feeling a Rabbit is just gonna give up on trying... Oh, drop comes in! Oh no, that's the drop from earlier, it's empty. So the goons are clearing out the map. Shuttles are leaving the base with something inside. High Templars in the back shuttle, Zealots in the front one. Valkyries are still covering largely the right side. Because that is, well, the easiest side to drop from. But there's a lot of turrets there. Got a High Templar on the high ground as well to maybe kill the Valkyries when they get too close to the hill. Drop there gets spotted out by Engineering Bay and another Engineering Bay, which Forfeit is now trying to clear out. He wants to take away his vision. Drop comes in over the right side after all, while the Valkyries were not on the top corner. There's only Zealots inside. Wheel drop now coming over the left side. 458 is going in undetected. Rabbit isn't noticing. He notices a little bit too late. Valkyries coming in hot. As needs to run away to safety, but he still loses about 6 of them. That wasn't a big hit at all. 8 SCV kills. Something Rabbit gladly accepts in order to keep all the other ones alive and safe. So he seals at the front door. Not a drop already coming in. This is just non-stop dropping. This really is 458's best playstyle. Drop there comes in and it hits him. But the SCVs were already, well, they were still in front. But the backside here is getting obliterated. He's losing a lot of supply trying to keep up with all the drops flying in left and right all the time. Templars in the backside are alive. Don't have energy to storm. Another Rabbit is struggling to keep up. Nuke there though. Where's the nuke? Where is the nuke? There's a nuke coming down somewhere, but I don't know where. I can't see it. He launched the nuke. With 47 SCVs, where is the nuke? I can't see it. Oh, right there. Was right there. He tried to nuke somewhere around here to maybe soften up those gateways. But it looks like the ghost went down before the nuke could land. The entire left side of his base has been taken down. He's rebuilding his tanks. Not really rebuilding his marines there though, but he's trying to keep up with the speed of the 458. 458 being, of course, the last 3 numbers of the speed of light. 299, 279, 2458, the speed of light. Clearing out those hillsides. Templar on the high ground. No energy on the Templar there though. But yeah, 458 is just throwing out punches non-stop, and the Rabbit is simply a little bit too slow to really capitalize and keep up. He's always rebuilding something. Turrets, tanks, marines, units, reorganizing his SCVs, rebuilding his SCVs. He's always running behind on the facts, even though he's maxed out on upgrades, even though his base is completely full, even though he's technically ready to fight back. He just hasn't been allowed to yet. And yet again, another drop there over the top right of his base. SCVs run away. Templars on the scene. Is 4 Templars just trying to storm whatever they can. And they actually end up killing just 2 ghosts and nothing else. So the Archon morphing, top corner turrets all burning, command centers burning as well, bunkers burning, bunkers getting repaired, marines and bunkers killing the Archon. And another small fumble attack happening as well. Most of the tanks have been put onto this bottom hill corner. And the goons are tripping out, having trouble attacking the tanks at the high ground. I mean, there's a big wall on the front. How do you get in? The answer is simple. You kind of don't. Oh, double nuke in the front. Observer pulling forward. Can he kill the ghosts? Yes, he can. The nuke does not land. The nuke does not land. He saved the front. I really think Rabbit should just go for the push. Although a lot of his supply is in Valkyries, but he's got a lot of minerals, a lot of gas, he should be capable of pushing and attacking. 458 there, clearing out that hill tank corner, but a couple of tanks on the hill ground do stay alive. they do stay alive. So he hasn't quite yet managed to remove this pestilence from this annoying corner. It's been a thorn in his side. Every single time he tries to move a little bit, he feels a thorn in his side stabbing into his abdomen. Not that pleasant. But Rabbit is moving out. He's entering the middle. He finally feels he's got some room to breathe, some time to do as he pleases. And that is to kill those gateways on the middle. 458 with his trademark non-stop attacking style has not yet been able to kill Rabbit. Which means that sooner or later, Rabbit is going to try to overpower 458, while 458 does not have a backup plan. That really is the 458 playstyle. Going all in on attacking all the time, but not really having buildings all over the map as a backup plan. And can you blame him? You either... Like, the downside of building all over the map is that you're giving the Terran time to build and attack. If all you do is attack non-stop all the time, the Terran doesn't have time to attack themselves. The Terran doesn't have time to attack. That's basically what it's all about. Not giving the Terran time to attack. But Rabbit has somehow found a small little bit of time to attack. He's found a moment to do it. Gateways in the middle are gone. We have shuttles there on the left side of the map, ready to go in and hit him, and to try and kill the economy. Double drop. First one from the right. The right side drop there, unloads. Templars on the scene. Templars are able to storm, but the storm actually hits about 11. He had about 54 SCVs, now it's 41, and here comes drop number 2 over the top left. Can he unload? Can he kill? No, SCVs do run to safety. Templar on the scene. Templar trying to kill the Valkyries, but they move out of position just in time to prevent dying. And now the ball is in Rabbit's hands. He's got to start moving for the attack. He cleared the middle. Now it's time to clear out the choke. Big drop there, small drop. It's just a small drop. Small drop there from 458. Going to try to once again destroy the Rabbit's economy. But there's Valkyries hanging in between. Flies right into them. Starts unloading on the top corner. Can a Templar get out? 2 Templars are out. SCVs once again run away to safety just in time. So the economy stays safe. That's really one of Rabbit's best skills, is pulling those SCVs away just in time. And guess what? Doing it just in time matters most, because now we've got Rabbit here taking down the front door, taking down the gateway, taking down the cannons, and soon he will be taking down the entire base. And the nuke is on the way as well. Where is the nuke gonna be thrown down? On the bottom side to kill that small little row of gateways and cannons, but a nuke nonetheless. Double nuke comes down, beautifully done. Takes down that bottom section. Now pushing in deeper, we have a GG there from 458. He no longer believes. Supply down to 109. Does not have enough structures to keep on producing. Does not have a second backup option of a Stargate base or another gateway base to produce and go for a backstep attack to save his own life. He pretty much just went all in on the non-stop attack, and the Rabbit was running left and right for the past 20 minutes, but finally managed to get out on top and equalize the score from 1-2 to 2 wins each. He's managed to do it, and in the next episode of RJB TVZ, we're gonna see, yet again, a final match in the best of set with 458 against Rabbit. So stay tuned, it should be coming out sometime this week, so sit tight, and please do come back when the final battle is uploaded on YouTube. Goodbye.